Alright, let's take a look at the Master League match between the Spectre and Comets. And this is game 4 of their series. So let's take a look if we can find some things that can be improved. Well, that's unfortunate start. So for this, just pushed up a little bit too far through momentum and went behind you. That's just a misread of the ball. It's a bit unfortunate, but I don't think there's really much else to say here. Other than, the only thing I could really say is that you should have been behind the goal line, so you had more time to save the ball than you did because you're out here. Just a little extra split second that can be a lifesaver or a goal saver in this case. I'm surprised you gave him this kind of time. Because really, as soon as you grabbed that boost, you could have jumped up for this. And try to create a play, like maybe hit it. And what was your boost levels at? Well, didn't you just pick the 100? Yeah, you got plenty of boost. So you could have turned and jumped for this, and maybe gone for like double touch off the wall here. But instead, you just let him go for a touch here. Then you cut off his teammate, but you could have definitely. Well, that turns into a goal. What an angle! But you really could have challenged this a lot sooner. Yeah, because you could hit that either off backboard or gone for the double touch, and then Blackwatch could have been mid, and then be a 1v2 situation. But turned into a goal anyways. So. Good, good back pass from Blackwatch. At the touch. This was super risky to go for. This was so not necessary to go for when you guys trying for a pinch here. Like trying to bring it to the corner, back, but yeah. Like you should have just left this for Blackwatch. Because let's say Blackwatch shouldn't have gone here. But you're still centering it, which is extremely dangerous. So either you need to tell Blackwatch what you're doing much sooner. So if you did, tell him what you're doing much sooner. They knows not to go, or Blackwatch calls say he got it, so like just leave it. So like either way would have been fine. Just since you both did, we both went for the ball, it turns into a goal for them. Just gotta watch out for that. Make sure you keep up comms, especially on defense in awkward situations like that. there's been a few times in the game where you guys are getting a bit bunched up close together. It's not causing any issue, at least not yet, because you're able to keep the pressure. But if they were able to be like just one of you, you're basically putting yourselves in 1v2, where the one is just a bigger one. But it's still not good to both be in very close proximity to each other, especially in twos. Here's a great passing play. This is a counter goal. Yep. Alright. This is a bit. This is something that I figured would happen to you guys because you both are pretty aggressive players when it comes to offense. You like going as fast as possible most of the time. But sometimes it's better to slow it down, just let the other person take a hit, and then you can challenge the ball. Like here, like hits it. Blackwatch, you should not have gone for this. Roman's right there. That's a very easy save for him. Unless like got the bump. But I've been kind of surprised we got the bump there. Based on how both of them were positioned. Just wait for Roman to get his touch. And then if you're still here at this point, now you can go for it. And it's not really open per se, but it's much more open than it was when you went. Because now you cost you and light. I would try to get as soon as possible, but you just can't. Gotta watch out for those double commits. Well, over commits on offense. That wasn't really double commit. And again, once again, you guys are in the same spot on the field. And you guys are, I mean, you guys have kind of have control of the ball, but still a counter attack where you guys are rushing back to make sure that they don't get a goal here. What would have been ideal here? So let's back a little bit. Let's go house play. The Rollman gets a touch, Light goes for it. He misses the touch. I mean, in theory this play is fine, but if Light's, so at this point Light needs to call if he's going to go for the ball, and assuming that he does, because he goes for it, at that point Blackwatch should also not be going up the wall. Blackwatch should be cutting across here and going back, and if it Light gets a touch, then you can rotate up like that. Well, ideally you get this boost and then rotate up, but you get that idea. Where instead, since he stays up on the wall, he goes like, "Oh, I'm just gonna try to avoid Light," but then Light misses the ball. And they're both there, and just really awkward. Whereas if Blackwatch turned here, and I think it both been around this position when they missed the ball, Blackwatch could call that he got it. He could have gotten back to the ball and bang it this way, and then Light would have rotated out in some way. So just gotta watch out for when you guys are both in the same position, basically, because let's say even if Light hit this ball and went out, Blackwatch still kind of is in Light's way if he wants to like continue driving up the wall. I'm not entirely sure what Light was planning to do here, assuming he got the touch they wanted, but so you just gotta make sure you're not getting in each other's ways or getting into the pretty much same spot on the field, because it's gonna put you guys into dangerous situations. Like here, Light hits it out, then Blackwatch pushes this, but Light also follows the ball. I guess Light's trying to get down to the ground, but he's also going kind of in the ball's direction. I get Blackwatch, you want to beat Cradle to the ball here, but you either need to jump way sooner to beat Cradle to the ball, or just wait in net and see what Cradle does, because Light is already trying to get a block on the ball. And now you guys put yourself out of position, but luckily Light was still close enough that you could stop Roman from shooting. How did that not go in? Again, Blackwatch here, getting a little close to light. There's no reason to be both in this close proximity. Just light goes for this, he gets that. You can see light's boosting back down to the ground. He's going to get that boost. So at this point, I mean, why? Where do you flip from? You flip them here. I guess you're trying to get the ball as fast as possible, so I guess that's fine. The first time I wouldn't have flipped in that direction. Or maybe not even that far. I don't know. It's hard to say. Because like I prefer to just stay like here or go like here. Because going here and then going, it's much wider rotation. That's just not necessary, but because you flip, you couldn't really change that. And when you flip, you didn't know light was recovering. So it's kind of hard to say. But just watch out for that. And then you go back mid, but you don't get mid in a way to, if like this rebound, if you went all the way out here. Well, let me get the pen tool. So you're in here, you flip again, which is fine, getting that boost. But you go all the way around and then cut here, but instead you could have just gone like this. I mean, yeah, you flipped, so it might be a little bit more difficult. Let's see where you landed. So yeah, like a lot of times your flips are, well, you're keeping your speed up, which I know that's something you like to do, but sometimes it's putting you kind of somewhat out of position. So I reckon if you want to like increase your speed, you can go for a wave dash here and not flip, because that way you can still change your direction much faster than if you flip. Because once you flip, you're committed. Because you flip all the way from here to there, where instead you really should have turned like halfway between that flip. So either a wave dash or just you see accelerate instead. Because that could probably be another goal for you guys. Like, what were you doing challenging Blackwatch here? Not, like, were you guys going for a pinch? Because that's the only thing that makes any sense here. But even then, you aren't, I would still let Blackwatch take control of the ball. Because you missed the pinch, you bump Blackwatch, Blackwatch tries to recover, he can't. Now you're in a rough, kind of awkward spot. He's not terrible, but could be better. And that's a goal. Oh, never mind, Blackwatch gets back. Nothing really major to talk about here, just trying to keep the pressure up. Just good. Up here, Blackwatch goes all the way back for boost, which is not necessary. Blackwatch, I'm sure you know, you should just, if your teammate has the control of the ball, not be going all the way back for boost. Like, again, you flip back before you see what's happening. But then, now you're way out of the play. Your flips are really causing you to be out of position a lot of times. Yeah, it's keeping up your speed, but speed, if you're in position faster than if you were like when you're flipping, keeping up your speed, then that doesn't really matter. Scoot's clear, but like, I don't like this map for spectating because it kind of blocks. That was close. Yeah, if Kratos was a little bit closer, that would have been a goal. Would have lost this game. That would have been really tragic to lose this game that way in 0 seconds. Good block. You got so much time, like. So, here. let's even look before you jump. Let's go to your perspective here. And player view. So you land. You have all the space in the world. Like, probably should have like looked right, but yeah, you're low on boost, but there's no reason to hit that ball like that. You could just gone for control touch. And then as he tries to challenge, maybe you could have gone for a pop or a flip, and then Blackwatch could have gotten it. Instead of just like hitting it, giving it away to the other team. You just had so much space on the field. You could have tried to do something with it. But Blackwatch scores a SOT goal, which is nuts. So for the most part, it's pretty good. Yes, you guys 5-0'd, but there was a lot of situations that maybe with the better team you guys would have got punished for. And honestly, you guys probably should have lost this game. But luckily, the comments made enough mistakes or didn't capitalize on your mistakes enough. You guys were still able to pull out the win. Blackwatch, you need to work on not flipping as much. If you want to like do that, implement wave dashes instead of all those flips, because your flips are putting you way out of position a lot of times, and especially in this game. I haven't looked at the other games, but in this game, your flips are definitely putting you out of position a little bit more than you need to. Yes, keep your speed, but if you could be in the position faster, then it really doesn't matter if you're keeping up your speed. If you'd be there faster, if your positioning was slightly better, you didn't throw yourself out positioning with your flips. And like, just recognize when you have the space to use it and don't. And for both of you, just don't double commit or like over commit in offense. Don't. It would be better to let them take a touch, let them take the touch, and then punish them for it. There's a few times where it happened in this game, but overall it's pretty good. That's gonna be it for this one.